What's going on, everybody? The hair here, back once again with your favorite Italian, your favorite MMA investor, MMA investing himself, the Italian stallion Joe. How you doing, my friend?
Good, brother. Let's do
Good.
this.
Let's fucking do this shit. UFC Vegas 29. We're here, and solid main event, solid card overall. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alexei Olenek against Sergey Spivak. I don't know. I butchered the fuck out of that, but it's all right. So, how do you see that fight going?
No, that sounded good to me. No, that's an interesting one. That's for sure for like the hardcore fans, like we were talking about earlier.
Yes, yes.
But man, it really is an interesting fight. I just think to just keep it short and sweet that Lennox washed up at this point. I mean, he's pretty one-dimensional. He's always been one-dimensional, kind of sub or bust, like really elite grappler. I've seen kind of like a unconventional grappler too, like the scarf hold he uses and just kind of some of his techniques.
Yeah.
Spivak looks good, man. He's a young kid. He's rising through the ranks. He looks pretty well-rounded. I just think he'll kind of be able to do whatever he wants to Olenek, to be honest with you. He'll be able to negate the grappling, I think. Maybe if Olenek was a little bit younger, he might be able to sneak in a submission there. But at this point, I just think Spivak will be able to kind of do whatever he wants. If he wants to keep the fight standing, he can keep the fight standing. I don't see Olenek being able to take him down. If Spivak wants to take him down and get some ground and pound off, I think he can do that and stay safe. But I see the fight playing out. Spivak stuffing any of Olenek's takedowns and just piecing him up with the boxing, man. Because Spivak, he has pretty good boxing, and like I said, he's well rounded, pretty good. I think he's better. He's a better grappler than striker, but in this matchup, I think Olenek's such a poor striker that Spivak will go to the striking and just kind of box him up, man. You're getting I see an early finish, first or second round. I'd say a second round TKO from Spivak, just piecing him up with the boxing, man.
Awesome take. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Alexei Olenek, to me, he's one of those guys that I feel like since he was 13, he's looked like he's 35.
Yeah. He looks so old, man. He always looks so old.
Yeah. He just he has this awkward style too. Here, who he reminds me, and it's kind of a weird comparison, but you remember Vlade Divac in the NBA?
It does definitely ring a bell. I think who did he play for?
He played for the Lakers and the Kings.
The Kings, okay, I remember.
Yes. He was just this sluggish guy with this sluggish demeanor, the sluggish hook shot. That's exactly what he reminds me of, Alexei. Yeah. Just as awkward kind of fighting, but he wins sometimes, and he's just so awkward that he's hard to read. But at this point, like you said, I just think he's a couple steps behind Sergey, and it would be real tough. It would be tough to see him beating Sergey just because I can't see him fighting that much longer, bro, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, there's no way.
He's like 41 at this point, 40. He looks like 61. That's how old looking.
Yeah, 100%, dude. No, great.
I do got a grip. That's the thing. He gets a hold of him and he has that grip. But yeah, Spivak's, I think, too good. And it's going to take a very, particular kind of fighter for Alexei Olenek, I think, to get a win at this stage in his career. Like, someone who just, no wrestling at all, no grappling. Just because he doesn't have the best takedowns to begin with. He's not really a wrestler. He's more of a grappler, obviously, so it's always kind of been harder to the ground. He usually use unconventional trips, or he just kind of grabs a hold of you and drags you to the ground. But yeah, at this point, it's going to take a very particular kind of fighter, I think, for him to get a win, and I don't think Spivak's that dude.
100% agree, bro. Let's go to the main event. Chan Sung Jung, the Korean zombie himself, versus Dan Ige. Should be a super fun main event, and this is going to be on ESPN too. So for the streamers, the cheap fucks, free TV, baby.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, they do that every now and then for sure.
It's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
For if you don't want to pay the $5 a month for ESPN Plus, and
yeah, just don't buy cigarettes for 2 days, and you got ESPN Plus.
Yeah, dude. There you go.
Yeah,
exactly. You got your money for the month.
Yeah. So how do you see this fight going? This should be real fun, super fun.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, this is a freaking awesome scrap for sure. Like, stylistically, I know Dan Ige isn't the most well-known dude. I think the Korean zombie is pretty well-known for the most part.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so, stylistically, dude, they kind of fight kind of similar, to be honest with you. Like, Ige mixes it up a little more. Korean zombie is more of a typical predominantly more of a striker, I would say.
Both solid chins too.
Good ass chins, man. Yeah,
Yep.
especially the zombie, man. I do. There's a reason he's called the zombie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the only dude that like flatlined him was that freaking Rodriguez with that up elbow.
Oh, bro, Yair. To me, I thought he was going to be the next Anderson Silva when I saw him.
It's a
And
guy fucking fights. He's
I
so
know that motherfucker. But anyways, go ahead. Yeah.
another subject for another day. But
Yeah.
this is a tough one to break down. It really is, and the odds indicate that. I think it's like near pick 'em odds. And
Yeah, I think so too.
so I mean, it makes sense. I am leaning the zombie though. I think this is a good kind of matchup for him because Ige, like he doesn't do one thing like super well. He's just good at mixing all different variables of MMA in. So like he's a good striker, he's a good wrestler. He can mix the wrestling with the striking, with the wrestling, and that's what he's good at. Zombie traditionally has very good takedown defense. He's very hard. He has a pretty underrated grappling game. Like he really has a good grappling. I see this fight being on the feet pretty much for 25 minutes. It might hit the mat for brief moments of time, but I think 90% of the fight will be on the feet. And I just don't know if Ige has what it takes to be able to beat the zombie on the feet. I know we saw Ortega piece up the zombie pretty good.
Yep.
And I just don't really think that's too much of a knock on the zombie. I think that's more of a credit to how good Ortega's got.
Ortega's a beast, bro.
Yeah, we hadn't seen him for like a year and a half or something like that, and he clearly leveled up. Ortega looked better than ever, obviously.
A side note about Ortega. You know who he almost beat my ass?
Let's hear that.
Yeah. So you know our buddy Gio. He's our mutual buddy from the gym. We went UFC Sacramento a couple years ago. We were having fun. First event I've ever been to. At this time, I wasn't nearly as deep into MMA as I am now. I knew like Uriah Faber was the main event. It was his go home. It was his retirement fight, quote unquote. He came back like 2 years ago or whatever. But at that point, what happened?
Was it Brad Pickett that he fought?
I don't remember, but he won. Everybody got all hyped. And it was in Sacramento. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't know a lot of these names that I know now. I just knew the big dogs, the Connors, the Uriah Fabers, Anderson Silva. You know what I mean? Those just the top guys I knew. I knew nothing else. Anyways, you know how we are. We go somewhere. Oh, bro, let's take a picture. If you didn't take a picture, you didn't go. You know what I mean? but I'm a friendly guy. The next guy I saw, I asked, right? Let's take a picture of me and my buddy. I said, hey, bro, can you take it? It happened to be Brian Ortega. I didn't know, bro. I really didn't know. Anyways, Ortega's buddy, his training partner, got in my face. Hey, bro, take a picture with him, you motherfucker. Like he got pissed, right? And I was like, hey, bro, I'm just asking. And then Ortega got in between and said, no, bro, it's cool. I got it. Let me see your phone. And then, so at the time, I didn't know it was Ortega. He was real cool, though. I remember him looking like blue-eyed Jesus, Mexican Jesus, yeah. So I'm like, that good-looking guy's real cool. He got my phone, took a picture of us. I'm like, thanks, man. And then the other guy was talking to Gio, just saying like, yeah, we're from team whatever. You guys need to recognize us and all this stuff. And Ortega was cool, bro. I'm like, hey, man, thank you. Appreciate it. He's like, no problem. We walked away. And then Gio was like, man, that just didn't feel right. And then he saw on his phone, bro, that was fucking Brian Ortega. I'm like, wait, what? And they were all wearing like red, and it was like 5 of them in the same shirts. I guess they were in their camp shirts. But yeah, to me, I was like, what the fuck was wrong with those guys? But then, yeah, it was crazy, bro.
That's a crazy ass story for real.
Yeah.
Fucking take a picture of you.
I know.
I can see Brian. Brian seems like a cool ass dude. I can see him being hella chilled and his douchebag freaking coach or training partner. Like, oh, you better recognize him.
Super douchebag, bro. Yeah. I'm not even like a fighter, but I was already. I didn't know that guy was a fighter. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Picture of him. Like, who the hell is that? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's just a side. That's a side story. As far as this goes, dude, I've liked Zombie since I was younger. Grew up watching him. I obviously hope he does win. But I can see Ige winning too. It's one of those, like, it's a pick'em fight. Once someone's been knocked out, I feel like there's a trigger, and that was a bad knockout too. Zombie does have a chin, hell of a chin, but how many wars has that guy been in? How can that chin last forever? All the times undefeated. You know what I mean?
And we just saw Ige put out a freaking what the heck's his name? Gavin Tucker out in what 30 seconds, something like that. And there's a reason he's called Dan 50K Ige.
Yeah, I just think there's always going to be a time when our favorite fighters are going to go down. It's happened every time.
It's happening, man. It's
Yeah.
happening right now. It sucks. There's a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Yeah, so we'll see. It should be super fun though. Super fun.
Yeah, I mean, I just, like I said, I think it's to be on the feet for more than, 20, probably, I see it going the distance. I don't think either one's going to finish each other, to be honest. That's the way I see it going.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would probably have a different opinion. I see that going for 25 minutes, and I see Zombie just being able to land the better and harder shots over the course of those 25 minutes, man. I just think people are maybe writing him off a little bit because of his last performance, but I just think it's a credit to Ortega, like I said. And it's going to be a striking fight, and Zombie thrives in striking fights, and I just think he's the better striker, to be honest, and Ige is. But Ige is good, so he's really good. But if I had to pick, I think Zombie pulls off the decision. Probably it's like 4-1 rounds. That's my official prediction.
Yeah, and if it does go those 5 rounds, it'll be a fun 5 rounds. So that's
it's gonna be an awesome fight. It's gonna be close too. Like it's not gonna be like either. I don't think either guy is gonna blow either one out of the water. I think all those rounds are gonna be pretty competitive. I just see Zombie being able to do just a little bit more in each of those rounds, probably.
I
wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And again, it's on ESPN too. So if you don't want to quit the cigarettes for a few days, I mean, it's on ESPN too anyway. So you're good for that week.
Free show.
Yeah, for free show, you cheap bastard. So good shit. Can't wait for the next card. Should be super fun. Free TV. MMA investing. Joe the hair. Oh.